I'm gonna love you.
How's it going there, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Championship 4 race at ISM, also known as Phoenix. No Broman tonight. This will be, obviously, the Championship 4, the final race of the season. We'll talk about who's involved in the Championship 4. Unfortunately, Broman can't help me in the booth tonight, but Jesse, instead of racing tonight, is helping me out in the booth. Thank you, Jesse, for helping out tonight.
Not a problem. It should be a good race, and it's exciting to be up here. I was a competitor last weekend.
You did make sure your
for,
settings are on, right? So I'm not like talking to myself.
Yeah, no, I allow the voice chat, so no
Okay,
problem.
cool. Fantastic. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes. But yeah, right now we got Matt off to an early lead. Actually, coming into this race, I was looking at spoilers for who could upset and win the race, who are not in the Championship 4. And to me, I believe that Race is the one guy who can upset it.
We'll have to look out for that. Yeah, a lot of people are playing spoilers. Also, I have some side notes. Well, first of all, we did not do any heat racing tonight. No heats. Just not a whole lot of people to do that, so we're just jumping straight to the feature race. With that being said, shout out to Kyle for giving me some actual stats, not just on him, but the actual Championship 4 and their accolades, stats for this season. So the final 4 contenders, obviously, Chase was able to squeak his way through, having solid finishes through this season, and getting to... You know, he had a DNF last week, which me and Broman thought he wasn't going to be able to make it, but thanks to his points, that was his cushion to get here. And Chase, Jeremy, Josh, and Kyle are our Championship 4. You're going to be see running here at Phoenix or ISM, if you will. But Chase, he got 2 wins this season, and he is a rookie, pretty solid. I forget where 2 wins he got. But I believe that was, actually it was Indy, and then he won in the trucks at Talladega, Indy in the Cup cars, and got 8 top 5s this season. That's pretty solid, if I gotta say myself. A lot of people wish they had consistency. A lot of people in this league wish they had consistency, other than maybe, I would say, 5 drivers have consistency. Jeremy got 1 win at Chicagoland, and he got 5 top 5s, so some consistency for him to get to this point. It was a battle between him and Steven. Unfortunately, Steven wasn't able to make the Championship 4, but look, next time. Josh got 4 wins this year, 1 at at Charlotte in the Cup, not the Roval, but just the actual Charlotte track. Got a win in the trucks at Canadian Tire, Xfinity cars at the Roval, so he swept Charlotte, if you will, and then won last week at Las Vegas in the Cup. Got 13 top 5s, and Kyle got 6 wins, 1 in the trucks at Homestead, also 1 at Xfinity at Richmond, Texas in the trucks, the Cup cars at Kansas, Xfinity at Darlington, and a win at Bristol in the trucks, and got 12 top 5s. So Josh having the most top 5s and the best consistency this year, and I believe, I don't know where our points are exactly. Was Josh our regular season leader? Jesse, do you know?
I believe so. I know it was between him and Kyle pretty much from the get-go at the start of the season. But I believe it was Josh by a hair, maybe a couple points over Kyle. But I have to say, early on in this race, 3 of the 4 championship contenders are running 1, 2, 3.
We'll have to see if they stay that way throughout the whole race. So, and even if we stay green, you're going to see green flag stops. That's going to shuffle a lot of stuff around as well. But Josh did win. Or did finish first in the regular points, and Kyle second, Chase third, and Jeremy in 4th, right there. So, 65 miles an hour is the pace speed. If we have any cautions, I'm sure we will at some point. And our stage lengths are 40, 40, and 54. 134 laps in total, and that will pretty much be it for any ISM stats that you guys are going to need to know watching this.
Right now, we actually just got a pass. Superman passing one of our championship contenders, Jeremy, for 5th. Right as I say that, they're still side by side. Not sure what's going on, and it looks like Jeremy actually passes him back.
That's going to be interesting. I feel like, not as a disrespect quote or a statement, but Jeremy and Steven having very similar driving styles, using the same lanes, and even if that means smacking the wall like Steven is doing right now, as I say that, it's going to be tough racing in between them. They struggle at tracks, and they excel at tracks. So it will be very interesting. And then Smitty's trying to sneak his way into it as well. So have had a lot of contact. Just as soon as I say that, contact happens between Smitty and Steven right there. And Steven not... I asked him if he wanted to be in the booth. He said, I'm going to decide. I'm racing. So we'll see if he actually does stay through the whole race. And he smacks the wall once again, so he's having a tough time right now trying to dial in his car.
Second place, Geesh just hit the wall coming off of I believe it's the new turn 2. And Chase gets around for second place now.
Now,
so changing of second and third place right there.
To have kind of a inside perspective, I was going to ask Kyle this, and I actually totally forgot. Jess, you've ran this track probably, I wouldn't say a million times, but a handful of times. What's it take to be consistent and have just try to stay up front at ISM?
I'd like to think I'm somewhat consistent, but with this track, it's, you have to be it is like riding a thin line, and as you can see with Kyle right now, as we actually have a battle for second yet again between Josh and Chase, it's a hard track to race, which is one reason why I wasn't competing for the championship I decided that,
it's not your favorite track.
It's a very challenging track, and it's fun to race, but it is definitely a very line-sensitive track.
Absolutely, and talk about what's that, like, the mindset when the tire wear moves it or gets in, and you can't run that line as fast as you want, and you gotta get in the brakes a little bit harder. What's that do to your mentality? Just absolutely frustrating to a point, I would assume.
Oh, for sure. Especially when the tires, it's not like NASCAR Heat 4 where we really know that the tires, they wear heavily, and it's more realistic. But at this track, it is hard to run once the tires wear because your car gets super tight. And at this track, your car is pretty tight as it is already. So, like I keep saying, and I can't iterate it enough, for this to be the championship race, it really is going to play into the hands of Kyle, Geesh, and the rookie sensation Chase, as I like to call him. Because for him to come out, and he pretty much came out of nowhere. We invited him to the league early this season while we had off time, and he's really taken to it well. It looks like Chase has just randomly slowed down. It looks like the stage is over.
It looks like, yep, the stage is over. I'm looking at Kyle's stream. He takes first, Josh second, Chase third. Race fourth, NASCAR Superman fifth, Jeremy sixth, and Smitty dead last in seventh. Yeah, don't know what was happening with Twitch.
Geesh and Jeremy, I believe, just made contact. I thought we were going to have a caution, but looks like we're not going to. Lost, but we'll continue on. That was bizarre.
Alright, well, to anybody that is watching this late, I did try streaming this over on my Twitch, For some reason, it would not, my Twitch will not broadcast for some reason. I have no idea what the problem with that is. But luckily I have a backup on YouTube. Didn't think I would ever stream one of these races on my YouTube, but luckily I have a plan B for that. To anybody wondering, no Broman tonight. Unfortunately, he had to work, so he won't be helping me out with commentary. But I am very lucky to have someone else in the booth instead of just doing a solo dolo like I've done most of the season. Thank you, Jesse, once again on helping out with commentary tonight for the Championship 4. And
not a problem.
Right now, I have not been paying attention to who's running where. Do you know who's running where exactly?
Well, let me fill you in right now. Chase, the rookie sensation, is going for the lead over Kyle. Now, I think Kyle's playing smart. He's just honestly letting him go because he saw that it was faster right there. And currently, it's like probably a couple laps into stage 2. And, yeah. But, I mean, for a rookie to be going to the lead in the Championship 4, good for Chase. That's great to see.
And yeah, we'll have to keep tabs on this champ. Josh trying to get back in it, but he's got a lot of ground to make up between where he's at and where Chase and Kyle is at right now. And Smitty right on the bumper of Kyle. Could this could this get very? This is going to probably get very interesting very, very quickly.
I also might be wondering if they're saving fuel because we had that last caution. Maybe they are really close to making it without having to pit again until stage 2 green and white checkered flag waves.
Oh, yeah, wow, look at the entry on that 10 car of Smitty. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's battling hard, and I think Kyle's just gonna let him go. Right as I say that, hard to figure out. Kyle's a hard driver, but he's also smart. I really hate to say that. I hate giving him compliments. He's too damn good at these racing games.
He puts a lot of time into it.
But yeah, I think he just let him go. Smitty, he's like Jeremy. He's probably like the Plow Junior or the Plow Senior technically, because he's older. He's an old man. But yeah, don't mess with him.
Plow 1, Plow 2. Too many plows in a lobby.
Plow 1, Plow 2. Too many plows. What are we gonna do?
Yeah,
and the Plow Senior going for the lead over Chase.
Oh my god, look at that line. He is way down on the bottom, and he goes back from first to third in one turn.
And that's what I talked about, having a fine line. Like I said, this track might hurt him because he's so aggressive. Yeah, and that just showed you that if you're aggressive at this track, you don't want to be. It will hurt you.
We are just about halfway through the segment. We are on lap 18 of 34. So halfway through, we should be seeing these guys pit here shortly. Now, when we get into stage 2, I'm going to ask you that what's the differences, like handling wise, in this game compared to NASCAR Heat 4? Because this stage is about to end, and I'm going to tell everyone the finishing order here in a minute.
Gotcha. So from what I can tell so far, is I said the cars are heavier, and depending on the series, they have different packages, and you can kind of feel like that. Where you feel the truck series, they are more compact, kind of like they are with the real life racing. Cup series, it's hard to tell because NASCAR Heat 4, they said they are going to still be doing some tweaking with the Cup package, especially at Daytona and Talladega. Those cars are flying by so fast, and they just had a guess. They didn't know what the package was going to do yet. The Xfinity series, probably not too big of a change. I feel like at times you can tell, just like in real life, they are faster than the Cup Series, but they got it right. The Xfinity cars at times are faster than the Cup cars still. So, modifieds. As we just reached the end of stage 2, Kyle wins it, Chase is second. Dirt modifieds are heavy, and they're hard to handle.
Jeremy gets third, Smitty gets fourth, and Race gets fifth.
And Jeesh is in 6th then.
So we'll have to see if Josh bounces back into close to the lead and fights with Chase and also Kyle for the lead and also the championship. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. We are moving on to the final stage and the final segment of this season, if you will. I just had to restart my stream because I just found out I was recording in 720 60 FPS, which means I was not able to save that clip of segment 2. So what I'll probably have to do when I edit that is go grab that
You can tell it's the end of the season as the commentator has
we're dealing with technical difficulties. If Twitch wanted to work out, I wouldn't be dealing with any of this. But I do have segment 1 that I recorded earlier. I just don't have segment 2, but I'll probably edit that. I'll have to import that from my YouTube and then put that into my editing software. Since I use my editing software on PlayStation, I'll just have to download everything into my flash drive. So, unfortunate for that, but...
You know what's not fortunate is Chase going to the lead.
Side by side. I thought it'd be Josh and Kyle, but it's becoming Chase and Kyle.
And I have to give props to Chase. It's looking like he put in his time. I don't know if he practiced or not, but it's looking like he has. And he's not looking like a rookie. But to be fair, we just say he's a rookie because it's his first season with us. But
not rookie to the game, though.
Yes, exactly.
Also, this final stage, we have 74 laps to go.
And they're going to have to make a few different pit stops.
They're going to have to make at least, I would, maybe 4, if it goes green.
I know at least 3, but maybe 4. But definitely 3, for sure. It's allowing Jeremy to catch up. And it's great to see.
Get some different names in the top bunch. Love to see it.
Not going to lie, I love Kyle and Josh to death, but... don't want to see them winning another championship. I'm all for the underdogs in Chase and Jeremy. And I've told Josh and Kyle this, and it probably gave them more encouragement to prove me wrong. But it's only because I'm not there. I'd be racing hard with them as well. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I do appreciate that you decide to say I want to be in the booth instead of being at ISM tonight and helping me out, and so I appreciate that, because it's hard to do commentary that's also that just I'm just gonna be straight with you, that's not a straight shit post, because it's hard to do commentary with just one person, because then you try to have a conversation with yourself and then you look like a straight loon.
Yeah, you look like a loony who just got out of the bin. So yeah, we don't want that. That's for sure. But yeah, like I said, next season it's gonna be on a Thursday night for our NASCAR Heat 4 league. As there's gonna be a Project Car 2 league ran on Sunday nights held by Race, aka Matt Setzer. So I'm not looking to race in it, but I would like to.
Chase got the inside wall a little bit. I don't know if you saw that or not.
He did, and that's gonna hurt him. He lost a lot of speed, and he really must.
But Steven said he couldn't get his Twitch to work either, so I wonder if Twitch is having problems or if it's down. So I don't feel as bad now.
I couldn't get my Twitch to work the other day, but
that's
now
been
we
the
have
problem
a changing
here
of the
lately.
guard. Chase just made a rookie mistake, and Kyle's back in the lead. Jeremy is plowing his car and getting it super tight, which is going to hurt him. And it was looking like Josh will probably capitalize on jumping into second soon enough. But Kyle's got a sizable lead, and if you're the rest of the field, you don't want to see that here.
So, Grant, thank you for coming by in the stream. Also, Steven, thank you as well, coming by in the stream. Love the support, and you guys say we're doing a great job. Thank you guys for coming by in the stream, and just with all the support throughout this season. It might not be hundreds and thousands of people. It might be just a couple people, but I love the support from you guys, no matter who you are. If I know you guys in real life or not, I love it. Either way, unconditional. And for the people wondering the title of the stream, I came up with it on the fly. It is Congrats Mitchell and Kaley 500. Just as a side note to that is Mitchell, that obviously, Jesse, you know him from coming into the parties and hanging out once in a while. He and his girlfriend, soon to be married next year, they just gave birth to a happy and healthy baby girl. So congrats to them and all the things that hold into the future. So I figured I'd surprise him with that. I don't know if Mitchell's watching the stream or not, but he'll find out sooner or later, and I'm sure he'll be happy that he is the title of him and his girlfriend are the title of the championship race. Wanted to go out with a bang, a little bit of a surprise, and I'm sure he'll love that when he sees it. So other than that, Kyle's still running in second with lap 116 out of 156, so 40 laps to go here in Phoenix, Arizona. This is a championship 4 if anyone's coming late into the stream. Now, with that being said, Kyle, this is going to come down to it. I really didn't think it was going to come down to it, Jesse, but it's going to come down to who's going to have a better strategy and who's going to have a better car between the 17 of Kyle and the 9 of Josh.
Oh, for sure. And sorry, Jeremy, but we kind of don't know what your strategy ever is. So that's just to be honest.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. He's, it's like the 8 ball. You never know what the magical 8 ball, or the magic conch shell from SpongeBob. Can I have this sandwich? I don't know. Can you?
And honestly, I mean, I have to admit, I mean, this season I had my mistakes for sure as well. It was not one of my cleanest seasons. I made a lot of mistakes myself. Lost 2 races because I wrecked the leader, and that counts as a...
Yeah, it has been a up and down, boring, exciting, high stakes, low stakes, Titanic of a season as you can get. It's been drama-filled, it's been action-packed, it's been boring at times, but that's racing, and this race would be pretty boring if I was just doing the commentary by myself, but to talk to just not someone to help me out with commentary, but to also have an insight depth look of a driver that's also been in this series, that's been in it for multiple seasons, multiple years, if you will, and that takes it to a whole nother level, I feel like. So again, that's the thing that I kind of wanted to have happen this weekend, this Sunday, was I want to have in-depth look if I need it, and that comes in handy for sure. When you're doing stuff like this, I started doing this last season, and I think I've came a long way of having my effort happen, just going to the next, raising the bar to make it look a little bit better, a little bit more cleaner, smoother, more fluent, whatever you want to say. But I'll be like, oh, it's easy commentating. When you do it by yourself, it's hard. It's like trying to do rocket science, work at NASA with a bunch of monkeys. That's hard.
Yeah, I mean, I joke around and do it while waiting for a lobby in NASCAR to load into the next race, or even in Wreckfest now. And I mess around with it, and it's like, yeah, it's a little interesting doing it by yourself. But no, it's been fun, and I was happy to join you tonight. Definitely wanted to do it, especially when I heard you were looking for somebody, and I felt honored that you asked me. And even Kyle was like, "You have to help John. It'll be fun, and it'll make the
I
stream better and
appreciate it,
everything."
Jesse. Steven says he's going to he wants to be in the booth next season, so we'll see about that. Steven, I offered you, and you said you wanted to race instead. Well, look what happened. Karma struck you in the ass. Your internet shut off. It would have happened if you were in the booth. I'm joking, Steven. I'm joking. I'm just giving you a little shit, but yeah, it's always, I'm always happy to have help, no matter what it is, whatever the race is, so it's harder than you think when you do commentary by yourself. To bring up stuff most of the time, you can see obviously by most of my streams, there's a lot of dead mic in a lot of those, because then I just run out of shit to talk about, and it's like I'm talking to myself. Yeah. I want to be in a padded room with a straitjacket because I'm crazy. But yeah, it's hard, but it's something that I enjoy doing, and Kyle was like, "Yeah, I'll let you do it," and it gives an insight depth to leagues, and also as the season progresses too, you get more stuff to talk about. You have more backstories and stuff to talk about, especially interviewing drivers and stuff and getting their insight on certain tracks, how the game is, how they drive, how their strategy is, everything from the car to the outside of the car, how they are as a person, the whole 9 yards. It's honestly an art as itself. So it's amazing to me.
Oh, and especially having a race-winning driver such as myself joining you too, to give you that crucial insight on how these cars drive. We talked about it earlier in stage 1, mostly at the start. But yeah, it's especially this track. It's a finesse track, and you have to hit your marks, and that's without any problems. I mean, Kyle is probably hands down one of the best at it. I like to think I'm pretty good, but damn, I make a mistake a time or two, and Kyle's mistakes usually come when it's a bigger field, but tonight, I mean, it looked out in his way, honestly, where he didn't have, a 13 car field like we've had some nights.
And now it's going to be the Kyle show once again to finish up this Phoenix race. A lot of ups and downs for Kyle, multiple wins for Kyle, and also Josh, and also Jeremy and Chase, and also you, Jesse, winning a race or two, I believe.
And I think, did Kyle just win the race?
I believe that was the end of it. So Kyle wins it all at Phoenix. We'll get a post-race interview and a post-season interview, if you will, on how he feels on how he performed today, and any other words he'll like to add as well. So, and Steven also said in the chat, Josh can't retire. Josh said he may retire if he doesn't win the championship tonight. We'll see if he sticks to those words, but we're going to get Kyle in the booth here for the final interview on NASCAR Heat 3 and for the season. All right, well, Kyle, to finish up the season, the final interview of NASCAR Heat 3 and for this series of the Nightmare League, you were able to hold off Josh. Congratulations on winning Phoenix and also being in front of everyone else to win the championship. Kyle, tell us, how were you that consistent tonight, and how were you able to get the job done and also holding off Josh?
Oh man, they were Chase and Josh were real fast. Just management of tires, really being able to save the tire throughout the long run and the fuel versus them, and just having that in the long run really got the best of them tonight.
Kyle, did you ever doubt your abilities during this race at all, at any moment, at any time?
No,
Okay.
not a single time.
All right, cocky.
Not from the drop of the green flag.
How was the battle with Chase?
Second.
Did you expect that?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Okay. Because I have to say I was disappointed that he lagged out. It's quite a
Yeah,
heartbreaker because
same.
I felt he even had a better car than Josh. And I quite enjoyed the battle you two shared.
Yeah.
It was exciting. It was fun to watch.
Most of that was him really trying hard to get around me and me just kind of riding around, waiting, just
Now,
keep
would you
waiting.
say that I know that Josh and you were on different pit cycles, and sorry if I'm jumping ahead of you, John.
No, no,
Um,
no. Go ahead.
but do you feel like you had smarter like judgment times where like there was times where I know that Josh and you were different strategies, but you had to have known that like you let Josh go by at one point with probably like close to 15 laps to go, and I feel like you just waited for him to make a mistake. Am I correct on
Yes.
that?
So
Okay.
it all started back in stage one where he short pitted and showed his hand then what he was going to do throughout the race. So I knew that was going to be his strategy throughout the race, to short pit everything. So whenever he did that, he took four tires, which was a mistake because I took two and then managed to keep the lead in stage one.
Hmm.
But then again in stage three, he short pitted. The problem was he left himself 6 laps too short.
Yeah,
So
and I was telling Josh, I mean, how much fuel did you have
they got the
left?
best of him. He had like another 6 laps
Okay, because I knew that Josh, I mean, once I saw you get by him, I knew that Josh had to start saving too, because I was like,
in the
I know
very
he's definitely
first
short.
long run. I saved like an extra 3 laps or more, um, already more than what I was going to throughout that run, just to ensure when I did the math that I would have a few laps extra at the end versus his short run or short pitting
And
strategy.
was this move calculated? You were in fact in charge of making the schedule. Did you know in fact you were going to make it to the Final Four, and did you know that you were going to go out and dominate and win? Because you won stage one, you won stage two, and I said it didn't matter yet about stages one and two, but when it came down to stage three, everybody else seemed to let me down, and you kind of just walked away with it.
Yeah, I really stepped on my game in stage three. No, I really didn't know I had the car to beat. The long run speed was kind of a surprise to me. I didn't learn that until stage one, so it all came together in the end.
Gotcha.
All right.
Well,
Jesse, you got any more questions for our winner tonight? I'm not trying to put you out
John, you
there.
got anything?
no,
Do
I
I
was just
have
about
any?
to say,
I do want to say thank you to you guys for commentating tonight, John for commentating all season long, all the drivers who participated this season in NRLCS. It was a fun time. I
Like
had
I
fun.
told Jesse earlier in the stream, there's been high points, there's been low points, there's been shit moments, and there's been great racing towards this season. So everything, there was a little bit of everything seasoning-wise on this season, and I think it was a pretty solid season to say the least. And Kyle, you won a handful of races. Josh Folt
Seven,
got a whole lot of wins too. He got a handful of wins. Chase got a
four.
few. Jesse got a few,
Ooh.
and it was good.
Jesse got one. Jesse had a horrible season.
Jesse didn't have a bad season. You're just saying that because
Jesse
you're on
made a lot of
stream.
mistakes 10 feet before the finish line. Had
Jesse
a lot
made
of
a lot of
tracks.
mistakes on the last lap. But
Jesse
no,
had a lot of races won.
before we sign off, I have to say Kyle and John. I already apologized to John, but Kyle, I must apologize. I can understand why John says your name a lot in these streams because, especially tonight, you just flat out went out and dominated, and I apologize because I can see where it comes from. Where if the leader is, it I don't know, it just you dominated, and goddamn you, you're too good.
Thanks. I didn't even put any extra effort into this one either. This one was just
All right,
I was
well, after hearing that, Josh will definitely be
being a
back next season because
yeah.
he's going to be pissed off.
Yeah. No, I didn't put in any extra practice time at all. So
All right,
I'll
well,
be thrilled.
luckily it's going to be a new game, new season, maybe
Ooh,
some
I'm
new rules,
excited.
new
Bring it
schedule.
on.
Yep, new challenges await.
So, with that
Bring it
being
on.
said, Kyle, congrats on winning Phoenix or ISM, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and also winning the season and being a two-time champ, if I'm Correct, right? You're two-time, and Josh is a
Yep.
two-time in the Nightmare League. And so,
Yeah. Josh is
congratulations.
becoming the Jimmy Johnson of the league.
Oh boy, that'll be interesting to see next season. But congrats on winning it all tonight, Kyle. Party it up, and that will do it for their stream tonight. I did have some difficulties. For some reason, Twitch did not let me stream the first stage, so that's not going to be on there. And a portion of stage number 2 will be streamed, but I actually was recording in 720 FPS, so it didn't
Man,
let
you
me
suck.
save stage 2, but I'll be able to grab that from my stream later on. So I'll have the edited video to recap, and it'll be the final video of the season as well. So had some technical difficulties, but you know it's hard out here for a pimp, and we were able to piece it together and finally get to the end with you, Kyle. So one last time, congratulations on winning it all, and we'll see how you do next season on NASCAR Heat 4 or Project Cars 2 or whatever it's going to be. But until then, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Get the
Also,
cookie.
Hold on. Hold on.
what?
As a personal sign off, to cap off the incredible season we just had, we have to say, from the wise words of the man himself, go Cody.
Cody. Oh man.
Sorry.
All
that's
right,
not
with
to
that
say
being
for-
said,
Dale,
also for the people that did
Dale,
not
Dale.
the people that did not see what the title of the stream was, it was congrats to Mitchell and his girlfriend on having a healthy baby girl that was born on Friday. So congrats to them. Congrats to
Go
Kyle on
baby.
winning. I just kind of put it on the fly. Had to go out with a big bang for the title. And Kyle went with a big bang with the title. Josh gut checked him, and Kyle said, "Hold my beer, watch this," and that's what happened. And he was able to win it all. So, is there any more words you guys want to add before I sign off?
Be
Clutch
back for
juice
next
is not
season.
clutch.
Racing's gonna be much better. He ain't clutch.
Oh, we'll have to see if Kyle ends up to his words about that and see if Josh does turn into clutch or a big old shit post. So with that being said, hope you guys
He'll be
enjoyed
three-time
hope you guys
first.
enjoyed the race. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream / video, whatever you're watching. Until next season, until next time, take care. See you later. Fucking interview I've ever done, Jesse.
Jesse's like,
Worth
so
it.
did you know that you rigged this shit?
Expose
Oh, yeah, I
him.
did know, Jesse. No, I didn't know.
I just went for the laughs. I was serious and then I went for the laughs. I can't wait to listen back on that. It's gonna be so funny.